Testing, testing, testing. All right, it is 8:30 on the nose, and we are ready to get going with tonight's group break. This being the July Patreon group break. We're about a week behind. I normally do each monthly Patreon group break, usually the first week or so of the following month. I have to wait for Patreon to process all the payments. And then once that's taken care of, I typically run the break. I'm about a week behind this month, though, because my family and I went on a cruise to Alaska the first week of August. So we're back, we're ready to go, and we're going to jump right in tonight. So for tonight's break, we have, as I said, the July Patreon break, which will consist of a mega box of 2025 Bowman and a hobby box of 2025 Heritage. So those are the two boxes for tonight. And if you are new or stumbling across this video, I'll quickly explain how the Patreon works. Basically, the idea is I'm looking for team collectors, and you buy a team slot. Only one person can buy, each slot can only be purchased by a single person. And then you get all the cards of that particular team from the boxes that we break. Cards get added to your stack. You can, in this way, join many, many breaks. And then whenever you want, you can request a shipping quote. And then I will pack up the cards and send you a shipping quote. So you can pay shipping. Some people like to pay shipping after every break, but most people will let several breaks go by and then pay shipping once. Saves you a lot of money on shipping costs, and it saves me a lot of time on packing cards. So it's kind of a win-win for all of us. With that said, the Patreon has several open spots still. So in particular, if you happen across this and you are a Marlins fan or a Rays fan or a Blue Jays fan or a Guardians fan or a White Sox fan or a Diamondback fan, those teams are all still available to be purchased. So I would love to continue to sell slots. And so if you're interested, please check out the Patreon. Good evening, JC. And with that out of the way, I need to quickly go through the list of who has what, as I always do. So we're going to start with Super Gadget today. Super Gadget has the Orioles, Red Sox, and Athletics. And then Jackal has the Braves. I have the Reds. Adam K has the Rockies. Michael Cook has the Tigers. Peach Pitch has the Angels. Dr. Mustang has the Dodgers. Uncle Ben has the Brewers. Iowa State has the Twins. Lost Collector has the Yankees. Dan R has the Phillies. 412 JMac has the Pirates. Swinko has the Padres. Vosbrink has the Giants. Oslet has the Mariners. And Cards on Cards has the Cardinals. And then a huge thank you to JC for grabbing his regular team, but then also a whole bunch of other teams. And so JC basically closed out the break for us. So he's got the Diamondbacks, Cubs, White Sox, Guardians, Astros, Royals, Marlins, Mets, Rays, Rangers, Blue Jays, Nationals, along with any non-sport cards. There's usually at least one or two non-sport in Heritage, plus the a very, very slight chance of a cut signature or something like that. Assuming it's non-sport one that goes to a team, it will go to the non-sport slot. So that is the paperwork. Now we're ready to get ripping. Good evening, Nick. Good to see you. All right, so I think we're going to start with let's start with the Bowman today. So Bowman, always a popular choice among many collectors. I have been on record for a long time as stating I don't actually care for Bowman that much personally, but I get the appeal. This is one of the mega boxes, so we should have 4 10-card packs in here, plus a couple of exclusive 5-card Chrome mega packs. So that's what we're kind of looking for. And we start with a giant block of styrofoam, and then there are all our packs, and there's your empty box. There's the styrofoam. I'll get rid of that. All right, so we've got, those are the bonus packs, and then these are the regular large packs. JC is double booked on breaks again tonight. Well, yeah, split screen. Go split screen, JC. That'll work. We should be fairly quick tonight. We only have 2 boxes, so I'll see what I can do for you. All right. So with this said, we've got 10 cards per pack. So we'll open these first, and then we'll do the bonus ones. Like I said, I don't really follow Bowman. Generally speaking, I don't collect Bowman, but a lot of people do. So I was happy to be able to include this in a break. And so we begin with a Houston Astro fitting, I suppose, for JC, who had the Astro and helped close this break. So we've got Shea Whitcomb. We got Brooks Lee for the Twins. There's a nice Paul Skeens, third card in for Pittsburgh. Andrew Morris for the Twins. Ashley Andujar for the Rockies. Wen Hu Pan for the Phillies. That is a prospect card. And then our Bowman Chrome, our first Bowman Chrome, Sebastian Walcott for the Rangers. And Franklin Arias for the Red Sox. And then we've got Trey Turner for the Phillies and Jung Hoo Lee for San Francisco. Also, if you're watching this, whether live or some other time, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would. I'm sitting at 199 subscribers, so it'd be pretty cool to get to 200. That's a total I never thought I'd see. With that said, next pack for the Mariners, Tyler Locklear. We got Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays, Carlos Correa for the Twins, James Tibbs III for the Giants, Janzel Luis for the Diamondbacks, Jacob Bresnahan, I don't know. I'm sure I butchered that one, for the Giants. We have our first Chrome is going for both Chromes are going to the Brewers in this pack. Luis Pena and Braylon Payne. Brewers have been on an absolute tear, basically the last month and a half or so. Marcus Semien for the Rangers, and there's a nice James Wood rookie for the Nationals. Good one for Washington. No Reds yet in this box, but we're only halfway through the regular packs. We got Mookie Betts for the Dodgers. And another Dodger, Shohei Ohtani. Can't complain about getting Ohtani. We got Jackson Jobe, rookie for the Tigers. Dahl Joseph for the Mariners. Zaire Hope for the Dodgers. For the Cardinals, Zach Showalter. We've got another Brewer Chrome, Jesus Made. And for the Rangers, Cody Freeman. And then for the Orioles, Tomoyuki Sugano, rookie. And there's a nice Ben Rice for the Yankees. So several good rookies in that batch of cards. And our final regular pack for the Cubs, Shoto Imanaga, Austin Riley of the Braves, Lawrence Butler for the A's, Kyle Teal, White Sox, Gregory Barrios for the Rays, Dylan Feen for the Athletics, and there's the first and probably only red of the pack, a nice Chrome Chase Burns, and for the Guardians, Jose Parella. There's a nice Jordan Alvarez for Houston, and we finish with Jose Ramirez for the Guardians. So I do like this is standard Bowman base design. To me, they all look the same. I couldn't tell you a Bowman year apart since probably 2000. But I do like the mix of the rookies and the more established players. It's a nice enough set. Just not one that I personally will probably choose to collect, unless maybe the Reds had an amazing rookie crop or something. All right, so now we're to the shiny cards. We get 2 of these packs, and you can see the nice shine on those. I am such a sucker for these type of cards. So for the A's, we got Jacob Wilson. For Atlanta, Austin Riley. Hey, there's Chase Burns again. I said I don't finally get one red, but I guess we have gotten one red just twice. Hung Chan for the Royals. Never heard of him. And Hagen Smith for the White Sox. Those are good looking cards. And then for our next pack, our final pack of Bowman, we have Huang Seok Jang. Again, probably butchered that. We have Walker Janek for the Astros. That Jang was for the Dodgers. We have Walker Jenkins for the Twins. I did do a double take. Like, that's not the same name or guy, but it almost is. Walker Janek and Walker Jenkins. What are the odds of that? Whoops. Come back here. And then we have some die cut. So let's just get Mr. Bobby Witt Jr. on top first for the Royals. And then we have a Rookie of the Year favorites, Kobe Mayo, die cut. That's a pretty sweet card. Going to the Orioles, and here's what the back of that looks like. That's really cool. With the old Bowman logo, obviously chrome added underneath it, but I like that card. That just made the whole box for me, honestly. That's pretty sweet. Very cool. I will sleeve Mr. Mayo while we're right here. So there you go. So that's going to the Orioles. Baltimore is going to Super Gadget. Well, Super Gadget's in the room tonight, but there you go. So that is Bowman. Pretty quick break considering the cost of the box, but that's Bowman for you. All right. Our second box, and the one with way more cards and packs, is Topps Heritage. All right, so this should have an autograph or a relic in it. Let's hope for an autograph tonight. That would be cool. Kind of rare in Heritage. You expect, generally speaking, at least when I open Heritage, I expect that I'm going to get a relic, but we can hope, right? We've had pretty good luck with our breaks lately, so. All right, so there's all your packs out of there. So I can get this empty box out of the way. And let's jump right in. So, 2025 Heritage, we get 8 cards per pack, generally speaking. And if you haven't seen what they look like for some reason, that's what this year's Heritage set looks like. Nice design. I like the little silhouette down there. And we begin with Spencer Horwitz of the Pirates, and Corbin Carroll of the Diamondbacks. I will say there's a lot of variations, and you need to flip the cards over and usually look at them. So if you happen to spot one, feel free to shout it out in the comments. And I'll try to go back and look. I usually do try to go back when the break is over and try to look at the fine print, the little, it's not even going to show up on my camera, but the little codes that Topps puts at the bottom and stuff like that. But it's too difficult to do that in real time. So I'll make sure to show every single card. Sometimes they're obvious when we find a variation, but a lot of times they're not. So we got Taj Bradley of the Rays. We have a nice Shohei Ohtani, first 50 homer plus 50 steal season ever. We got JT Ginn of the Athletics. We have a white bordered Mike Trout, 76R15. Not sure which set that is from. That's one of the. It's not a full parallel, if I'm not mistaken, but that's going to the Angels. That's a nice card for the Angels slot. We got Joey Bart for Pittsburgh and Xavier Edwards for the Marlins. So a solid start to this box. Next pack, Jorge Polanco, Seattle. Hank Aaron, all-time All-Star. Jairo Iriarte, White Sox. Valente Belazzo, Marlins. We have an ERA leaders. Now, for regular base cards, those will just be randomized at the end of the break. or when I sort the cards, I should say. I don't usually do those on video for just base cards. Michael Kopech for the Dodgers, AJ Puck Diamondbacks, and Christian Walker Astros. Yeah, the Trout is an insert. I forget the name of the insert. I don't have the list pulled up. I had him next to me here. But I do remember that insert now that I've seen it. Ozzie Albies for the Braves. A nice Julio Rodriguez for the Mariners. We got another all-time All-Star, Mickey Mantle. Luis Matos, Giants. Jameson Talon, Cubs. We have a Chrome, JT Ginn for the Athletics. Just a regular Chrome. Going to the A slot. And then we have a Blue Sparkle, Zach Gelliff. Not serially numbered that I can see. But a nice shiny blue sparkle. Also for the Athletics. And Bo Naylor for the Guardians. So the A's slot coming in hot there with 2 Chrome cards. Oh, we got another record breaker, Danny Jensen. First player in history to play on both teams in the same game. Would have thought that would have happened before. Red Sox, Jarren Duran. Tyler Gentry for the Royals. Ha-Seong Kim for San Diego. Framber Valdez, Houston. Mitch Keller, Pittsburgh. Andrew Abbott for my Reds. And Isaac Collins of the Brewers. Next pack. For the Royals, Cole Reagans. Michael King, Padres. We have father and son, Kevin Biggio and Craig Biggio. Ceddanne Rafaela, Red Sox. Jose Miranda for the Twins. We have a John Steinbeck novelist card. So there's a non-MLB card. So that will go to the non-sport spot in the break. We have a nice shiny blue sparkly Bob Gibson. All-time All-Star. And Gordon Graceffo for St. Louis. JC's doing double duty here with a pair of breaks happening at the same time. So impressive to be able to pay attention to both of them. We have AL home run leaders, Judge, Santander, and Soto. I will note that corner is a little bit rough. I don't know if you can make that out in the camera. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not gem mint. Dansby Swanson for the Cubbies. Bobby Witt Jr., Royals. Donovan Solano, Padres. We got Vaughn Grissom for the Red Sox. And then behind that is a 76 insert, or a parallel, I should say, of Matt Chapman of the Giants, numbered 36 out of 76. You can see that right there. So going to Vosbrink. I don't know if Vosbrink is in the chat tonight, but I am sure you will be happy with that one. A nice Matt Chapman out of 76. Those are tough pulls in Heritage. So very cool. I will save that in just a moment. And then we have a just regular blue parallel of Ryan Pepiot of the Rays. Those are not numbered. Nope. And I guess we'll put that down there. Caden Dana for the Angels. Let me sleeve that 76 card, though. There's that again. That's pretty cool. And I don't know if the camera picks up real well, but the border has 76s all the way down. Color of the year parallel, JC says. I like it. Obviously, the 76 design here. There were many years where I collected the full Heritage set. I've stopped doing that due to short prints just being too excessive. I did make a promise that I wouldn't collect any more Heritage sets until I finished all the ones that I've started. So I'm mostly done with them, but I think I'm missing 1 or 2 more cards yet. So until I do, or maybe until Topps gets to some of the late 80s, early 90s stuff that's really from my childhood, I'll just maybe grab some Reds here and there and call it good. Anyways, next pack, Max Muncy for the Dodgers. We have batting leaders, Bobby Witt, Vlad Guerrero, and Aaron Judge. A nice rookie cup of Shota Imanaga for the Cubbies. Michael Massey, Royals. We have Luis Arias for the Padres. We have a Chrome Shohei. That's a nice one for the Dodgers. Kyle Schwarber for the Phillies and Levi Jordan for the Reds. I'll admit, I've never heard of him. I don't know anything about that guy. He might be fake. Next pack. Kumar Rocker, Rangers. Brandon Drury, Angels. Byron Buxton, Twins. Yandy Diaz, Rays. Adele Amador, Rockies. David Peterson, Mets. We have a dark blue parallel, Michael King of the Padres. And Anthony Rendon for the Angels. I do think Topps has done a good job at making the Heritage packs more interesting to rip, with a few more colored parallels and whatnot. Jace Jung, Tigers. Luis Gill, Yankees. Grant Holman, Athletics. Jaden Hill, Rockies. We have an all-time all-star of Yogi Berra. Jake Elder, White Sox. Another blue parallel, this time Jaron Duran of the Red Sox. And Francisco Alvarez of the Mets. I need the Mets to lose a lot. The only way my Reds really have a chance of sneaking into the postseason. Jonathan India of the Royals. That looks like it could be a image variation. I don't know that it is. Logan Ohapi, Angels. Jacob Hurtubise, Reds. Nathan Eovaldi, Rangers. Geraldo Perdomo, Diamondbacks. For the Mets, David Peterson, Chrome. Shea Langoliers, Athletics. And Will Benson of the Reds. JC just snagged a Vladdy Senior auto from 2025 Finest. Nice. Yeah, those Finest boxes, I really want to do a Finest box for our Patreon break, but I didn't set my Patreon prices high enough to be able to afford boxes like that, is what I've learned. Patreon takes out a fairly healthy chunk of the so-called proceeds. I think it's worth it for me just to save the time, but definitely takes a bite out of what I can do. Will Wagner, Blue Jays. Sean Manaea, Mets. Josh Jung, Rangers. Otto Lopez, Marlins. Roki Sasaki, rookie for the Dodgers. And another Dodger. This is a Chrome Refractor. Michael Conforto. The refractors are not numbered, but that is a refractor. We got Ryan McMahon for the Rockies and Shane Baz for the Rays. However, as we continue to sell more slots on the Patreon, that does increase the overall income every month, and I use that to buy the boxes. So tell some friends if you know anyone that might want some of the other remaining teams that haven't been sold yet. All right, for the Braves, we got Spencer Schwellenbach. Hunter Goodwin for the Rockies. Christian Mena for the Diamondbacks. Stan Musial, all-time all-star. Yep. So it felt thicker than normal. We got Gunnar Henderson for the Orioles. And we have a Manny Machado. This is the 76 player icons insert. It's got a nice sheen to it. That's a pretty cool card for the Padres. Put that down there. And then we have another sparkly blue, Luis Peralta for the Rockies. With their City Connect uniform. And Christian Yelich absolutely murdered the Reds for the Brewers there. JC wasn't real hot on getting the Angels, but yeah, you get a Vladdy Senior auto. That's not bad. That's not a bad day. Plus, Finest, you're lucky to get anything if it's just a single box break. Emmanuel Clase, Guardians. Mark Vientos, Mets. Nico Cavadas, Angels. Hunter Green for the Reds. And speaking of green, how about a Jose Quintana green parallel, numbered 70 out of 99 for the Mets. Going to JC. So I don't know if it's quite a Vladdy Senior auto, JC, but that's not a bad pull right there. You can see the number right and get the light on it just right. You can see it down there right above Jose, 70 out of 99. That's pretty cool looking green. I'll sleeve that in a moment. We've got Harvey Cushing, Pioneer Brain Surgery. So that's a non-MLB card. And then we have a blue sparkly Edwin Diaz for the Mets. So a Mets hot pack. And Mitch Haniger of the Mariners rounds that one out. So we pulled 2 cards now, numbered out of under 100 from a single box of Heritage. We've been having pretty solid run of luck with our group breaks overall. Duke Ellis, Yankees. Andrew Haney, Rangers. Yuri Perez, Marlins. Josh Rojas, Mariners. Sam Aldeguirre, I don't know, Angels. Freddie Peralta, Brewers. Austin Gomber, Rockies. And Eugenio Suarez for the Diamondbacks. Yes, this is a green refractor. Does it actually say refractor? It doesn't actually say refractor on the back, but it's certainly shiny green. Yeah, Class A. Sad story with him. Who was it that just threw the bat in the minor league? Was that Robles? Who was that? He was on rehab and they got hit by a pitch again and just threw his bat at the pitcher. Like, that ought to be a pretty big suspension too. And then I don't know what's going on with Ohtani, so who knows? Max Fried, Yankees. Jordan Lawler, Diamondbacks. Aaron Schunk, Rockies. Yvonne Herrera, Cardinals. Jose Ramirez, Guardians. We have another Chrome, Parker Meadows of the Tigers. And a sparkly blue of the Yankees winning the AL pennant and the Dodgers winning the National League pennant. And Andres Jimenez of the Blue Jays. So this one was not a base card. So I will randomize this at the end of the break on video. We'll roll a die for that one. So let me set it aside. Yeah, Robles. He got hit. Yeah, JC's got hit like 5 times and 8 at-bats. And, understandably frustrating, but you can't just chuck your bat at the pitcher. That was bad luck. Spencer Torkelson, Tigers. Matt Strahm, Phillies. Harrison Bader, Mets. Andrew Benintendi, White Sox. Vidal Brujan, Marlins. We have a 1978 through the years Ron Guidry for the Yankees. We have a blue Judge, Santander, and Soto. So another non-base, so we'll randomize that one too while we're at it. And Jeff McNeil of the Mets. And then who was it? Tommy Pham getting the Pirates all. Who are the Pirates playing? All fired up and trying to start a fight over a walk. I mean, what's going on with some of these people? Jacob Young, Nationals. Josh Smith, Rangers. Kobe Mayo, Orioles. Thomas Sagezi, Cardinals. Tyler Soderstrom, Athletics. We have another card to randomize. This is a refractor. Strikeout leaders of Skubal, Reagans, and Gilbert. Yep, refractor does say that. Logan Webb of the Giants and Edwin Ucita of the Rays. All of a sudden, the old dice that I roll are going to get quite the workout. Next pack. Heston Kjerstad of the Orioles, Pedro Leon, Astros, O'Neill Cruz, Pirates, Angel Chiavelli, Rockies. There's Jose Quintana's regular base card. And, well, I said I hope we got an auto. I guess I didn't specify who we got the auto of. I don't know anything about this guy. Logan Driscoll of the Rays. JC will know way more about him than me. But it's all right because it's an autograph. And that's way better than a relic out of Heritage. There's what your card back looks like. I know nothing about this guy. I admit I do not watch the Rays very often. I'll save that in just a moment, though. We got Jock Peterson, sparkly blue for the Rangers, and Lawrence Butler of the Athletics. So JC's hitting it in both breaks tonight. And we got an auto, so I'm happy. Yeah, doing pretty well here. All right. Brooks Lee of the Twins, Nolan Gorman, Cardinals, Devin Williams, Yankees. Ryan Helsley, Cardinals. Josh Naylor, Diamondbacks. Pete Alonso, Mets. We got a sparkly blue of Mr. Max Scherzer of the Rangers. And Carlos Santana for the Guardians. Yep, it's a nice on-card auto. I have also never heard of him, but hey, you never know. Ronel Blanco for the Astros, Trey Lipscomb Nationals, Connor Wong Red Sox, Jacob deGrom Rangers, Juan Acuna Jr. Braves. We have a chrome Nathan Eovaldi for the Rangers and a blue Dansby Swanson of the Cubs. You can't beat the dark blue for the Cubs as a parallel. And Ezekiel Tovar for the Rockies. Almost done with the box. Fairly quick break tonight. We got Brent Rooker of the Athletics, Brendan Rodgers of the Rockies, Vlad Guerrero Jr. for the Blue Jays, Brian Ramos, White Sox, Pete Fairbanks, Rays, Yosver Zuleta for the Reds. And we got Mike Yastrzemski, blue parallel for the Giants, and Mason Montgomery, rookie for Tampa. Next pack. Heliot Ramos for the Giants. Strikeout leaders Sale, Cease, and Wheeler. Clayton Kershaw, Dodgers. Batting leaders Arias, Otani, and Ozuna. Nico Horner for the Cubs. And behind them, we have a Corbin Carroll 25th anniversary card for the Diamondbacks. Interesting. Gavin Sheets for the White Sox, sparkly blue, and Tobias Myers for Milwaukee. All right, we're down to the last couple of packs here. We got Porter Hodge for the Cubs, Lake Bacher for the Marlins, Marco Luciano, Giants, Ernie Banks, all-time All-Star, Freddie Freeman, Dodgers, Matt Chapman, Giants. We got a blue Danny Jensen parallel. I guess I was putting those down there. And Sonny Gray for the Cardinals. And our final pack for a box. And then I'll quickly recap some of the highlights. We got Juan Soto of the Mets, Joey Cantello, Guardians, Luis Angel Acuna, Mets, Jose Altuve, Astros, Brian Reynolds, Pirates. We got an Adil Amador chrome for the Rockies, and then a blue Cole Reagans for the Royals. Also, Royals look good in the blue. And Kai Busch for the White Sox rounds that out. So some of the highlights of this box, we had Amador chrome, Gavin Sheets sparkly blue, Eovaldi chrome, Scherzer sparkly, Peterson sparkly, Parker Meadows chrome, Diaz sparkly, Peralta sparkly, Conforto refractor, Peterson chrome, Shohei chrome, a Gibson sparkly, Geloff sparkly, and Ginn chrome. And then we also had the refractor, which I need to randomize, and another sparkly blue, which I need to randomize. And then I won't go through all of these, but just to recap quickly, we had the Corbin Carroll there, Harvey Cushing, Manny Machado, and let's not forget Mike Trout. And then the three big cards, we had the Logan Driscoll on-card auto. Happy about that. And then two numbered out of, or less than 100, 70 out of 99 on the Green Quintana, and 36 out of 76 for the Matt Chapman. So a very solid box of Heritage. You can't hope for more than that out of a single box, I don't think. So definitely, as the group break host, happy to see a bunch of teams represented and some fairly rare cards to come out of this box. But before we leave tonight, we need to do a couple of things. The first is I need to randomize those three cards. So let me try to pull that up. I guess I'll just use my dice because it's going to be easier and faster. So we'll use this. All right. So let's start with the Skubal, Reagans, Gilbert. So this is between the Tigers, the Royals, and the Mariners. I'm going to roll a 6-sided die. And then if it's a 1 or a 2, it'll go to Skubal. If it's a 3 or 4, it'll go to Reagans. And if it's a 5 or 6, it'll go to Gilbert. So again, 1 or 2 up here, 3 or 4, 5 or 6. We'll do a single roll. I'll try to roll right on the bowl of cheese here. So hopefully you can make that out. That is a 4. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to go into the Royals pile. So that's going to JC. So congratulations to you. And I have to make a note of that. Otherwise, I will have to rewatch my video to remind me of who to put those cards in. All right, let's do the other triple one. So same idea. We're going to go. So this is between Judge, Santander, and Soto. 2 of the 3 are Yankees. So 66% chance this goes to the Yanks. But again, 1 or 2, it'll go to, in this case, Judge. 3 or 4, Santander. 5 or 6, Soto. So we'll roll our die once again on the cheese. We got a 1. That's going to Judge. So this one will be in the Yankees pile. So that's going to Lost Collector. Congratulations to you. And I'm sure that will be a popular card. Any Aaron Judge parallel always is. Get that one sleeved. And one more. So this time it's only between 2 teams. We've got the Yankees, which we're going to make 1, 2, and 3. And we've got the Dodgers, which will make 4, 5, and 6. So once again, we'll roll this right on the bowl of cheese. We've got a 3, so 1, 2, or 3. That is also going to the Yankees. Let me quickly note that. And so there is the randomization for the insert / parallels that feature more than 1 team, as I said I would do at the outset of the break. All right, last but certainly not least, a friendly reminder that we are still taking signups for the August Patreon. August, we will be ripping 2 mega boxes of 2025 Topps Chrome, plus a Topps 2025 Topps Easter egg as an extra bonus there. And perhaps I can throw in something else if we can sell a couple more slots. So the more slots that we can sell each month, basically I use that money to buy the cards. So that's what August is going to bring. That's been announced for a while. September, I have not officially announced this in a post or anything yet, but it looks like we will be doing Panini Prism. So that I'm just double checking the release. I have pre-ordered this. Let me just make sure before I officially say anything that the expected date didn't change. So the release date is still looks like mid-September. So that should work out great for the September group break. So Panini Prism Baseball is what we will be doing for September. I'll have an official post about that soon. I might do another box in there as well. I got to look at costs and all that good stuff. But I like to give you just a quick preview whenever possible. So that's what I'm looking at for September. At least one of the boxes will be Panini Prism. My goal is to have more than 1 box each month, if possible, or when possible. So we'll see what happens there. I think that's it for tonight. I want to thank all of you for watching, whether you watched live. And JC, thank you for commenting away. Way more fun that way than me just talking to myself. And I will be seeing you guys soon, very soon. In fact, since we're already halfway through August somehow. Over halfway, in fact. So with that said, thanks one and all. Thank you to the patrons for supporting my new group break idea. I think it's working well. If you have any ideas, suggestions, improvements, comments, feel free to reach out to me. Discord's easiest. Email if you prefer. Love to hear from you. And otherwise, I'll be talking to you soon. And keep checking on the Discord. I keep trying to give away free cards every so often. So, Have a good evening, everyone, and